Hello everyone and welcome to episode 45 of the Pride FC WMMA 5 series here on the channel, as it is the Critical Countdown show. It's crazy how long we've been doing this series for. We started it way back in March of 2020, if I believe. It might have even been, I think, because it was kind of waiting after the TW 2016 Farewell Series, and it's just kind of the overlap of that. I mean, it has been a hell of a ride, and now we're almost at Christmas, just like that, and this thing is going very, very well, and it keeps on going as we have this Critical Countdown show, of course, for the lightweight Grand Prix going on, as we'll look at the mail. Of course, as always, before every show's run, as we have a couple of new signees. We signed Nick Diaz to an exclusive deal. As Nick Diaz, man, he's had quite the run so far in this mod. He was signed to Pancrase for a good bit. Or he lost to George St. Pierre and Rami Arman, which was a fantastic fight. And then he lost in. So we signed him after that. He was 5-2. We put him in rings. He went 5-4. Which, lost 2 straight to Flavio Luis Mora and John Fitch, which both those guys are in Pride now, but it's just kind of crazy how that works out. He goes to Pancrase again. We kind of let him go. He wins 3 straight. Then he goes to the FC. He wins 2 more, and then loses his last fight, which was, he's had a good fights in the past 4 he's had. Hopefully he keeps that up, as Nick fucking Diaz looking at that. And then we have both of them now. We now have Nick and Nate Diaz. Perfect. And Ryan Jensen, who we saw at the end of that last episode. We saw that we signed him. He's 11-3. He's a middleweight fighter. He's kind of been... Weirdly enough, I think I got thrown into the wolves a little too quickly. He, right out of the gate, was, in UFC, which, there's nothing you can do there. He loses 2 straight. Beats Travis Lutter, which is a pretty big name, and then he ended up leaving UFC after losing his last fight against Dennis Kang, and then won 3 straight, as you see, against local fighters. Then he's beaten some big names. So Jason Mayhem Miller, as to name one of them, hasn't really had a great fight since January of 2003, and that was against a local fighter, so that doesn't really count. But hopefully he does well, Ryan Jensen. So he is 27 years old, as Akira Kikuchi has joined Abi Ino Combat Club as Abiani Combat Club. Leonardo Santos signing with Pride, as he was 6-1. He was part of WEC for a hot minute. He lost to Buddy Clinton there at the end. But he's going to do great for us. I got a good feeling about Leonardo Santos, as he is a lightweight fighter, also from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, at 6-1. So Alexander Otsuka, he had his fight against, it was supposed to be Alexander versus Alexander, as Alexander Otsuka and Alexander Emelianenko, but thanks to Alexander Otsuka getting hurt with a torn rotator cuff, which is pretty fucking nuts, as you see there, he is going to be out for a hot minute. So Alexander Emelianenko will now be taking on Gabriel Gonzaga, which that's a big time fight for both those guys, and they're both making their debuts in Pride. As this should be nuts. I think that's going to be a great fight. As Anderson Silva left Shoot the Box, which I did not see him leaving Shoot the Box. Didn't see that one coming. So Nate Barakawi extended his deal. We signed Frankie Edgar right out of the gate. I think he's not even had a fight. He's Frankie fucking Edgar. He's awesome. As we extended Sergey Korintarov. So Fabricio Verdum and Mirko Krokop, we got to make this happen. Both men have defended this fight throughout 2005. We got to make it happen. Mirko, he's been waiting a hot minute. We haven't booked him in a card yet, whereas we just saw Fabricio Verdum lose to Don Fry in a split decision back in May. We got to wait at least a couple of months to make it happen, but I want to make it happen. I want to see, these two, they've been wanting to face each other. Might as well have it happen. As Peter Arts going to be signed to us. His skill set might be a little too niche for what we're wanting to do, as he is a world-class Muay Thai fighter, and he's a fucking awesome kickboxer in his own right. He's a Dutch fucking kickboxer. Doesn't get any better than that. But we'll see how he can match up with some of the other heavyweights, as I think he's taking on Yoshihiro Takayama, Final Conflict. Yes. So that's a great little starter fight for him to see how he does. So we extended Sean Pearson, Rodrigo Gracie, extended Nate Diaz, Rashad Evans, and Leonardo Santos have joined Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. So, Guy Metzger was supposed to take on Masagatsu Funaki, but he tore his ACL. That's a tough break for Guy Metzger. So, we had three guys vying for that shot of being the replacement. Mark Hughes, Benji Radic, and then Glover Teixeira. We went with Benji Radic because, Mark Hughes, it's a bit of a, it's a tough challenge for him. 12-5, he's 1-0. Same thing with Glover Teixeira, who's 6-0. But I feel like Benji Radic, he hasn't had his debut. He's been signed for a hot minute, feels like, and he still hasn't had really a fight in Pride. He's 11-4. Might as well make it happen. I know I just said that, Mark Hughes' record, even though he's 12-5. But, it is what it is. He just beat Chris Lieben by split decision. But it was tough. It was tough between those two. I went with Benji Radic just to get him on the Pride FC card. We have them. We extended Mike Quick Swick. Tetsuya Kawajiri is our next exclusive signee. Tetsuya Kawajiri is 8-2-1, so an interesting record. Obviously, a Japanese, kickboxer in his day. As that's always nice to get some Japanese talent on the Pride roster. As he just lost to a split draw at UFC 69. But other than that, he's had good to great fights with just about everybody. Takanori Gomi, a couple of Joe Hurley fights, Ralph Gracie. I mean, it just doesn't matter. That's very promising. There's we signed also Roy Nelson. He was technically the last one of Roy Nelson. He's had a great run in Pancrase. I think he won 2 straight after his local fight, and they've all been good to fantastic and a great fight. Might as well keep that going. And then Anderson Silva, after leaving Shoot the Box, he's joined Who's Valley Tudo. And Sergey Kurtinov, probably another big, member switching as it's Red Devil Sport. Leaving Red Devil Sport, he has no team yet. That's going to be interesting. Interesting to say the least. So that was the mail. And it's time for the Critical Countdown. I'd like to remind everyone, I kind of talked about it at the end of the episode, but I feel like I didn't really explain it all that well. So basically, what we're having is this, and this are part of the Grand Prix. Now we have to wait until way, way, way down the line, way the fuck back here, for Kenny Florian, who's going to take on, as we look back in the lightweight, he's going to take on Gilbert Melendez, but it just takes him a while for him. He's got 7 days to recover. So then, it should be fine. It's going to be a quick turnaround for that fight because, it's going to be a month before they can fight again, a final conflict, fingers crossed. If not, I really don't know what will happen. Maybe somebody here will have a fantastic performance and be able to perform. Who knows? We might have called in a big gun or something to fill in the spot. That would kind of be shitty. That's just kind of where we're at. Hands are tied. So here we go. As it is the Pride FC Critical Countdown show. Not only do we have the Grand Prix, we have the heavyweight title fight of Andrei Arlovski taking on Big Nog. What a big fight for Andrei Arlovski. A man who has just hands of stone right now. He just is knocking motherfuckers out left and right. And is a dangerous, dangerous member in the heavyweight division. That's going to be a hell of a fight. Hell of a fucking fight. As you see, this is Nogueira making his 7th defense of the Pride Heavyweight title. I mean, he's just been running through everybody so far. If it's successful, obviously he's going to set another record as it keeps it going. As Arlovski's finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. They are 2 of the best round fighters in the world. Big Nog is 1st, Arlovski 7th. This is the 7th time that Big Nog has made it in a Pride event. The 2nd time for Andrei Arlovski, as Big Nog trains at Who's Valley Tudo, in which Arlovski has an overall record of 2-0 against other members of that team. Nogueira has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. First time they fought, 7-0 for Blurcast Stat Picks, Big Nog. I'm not counting on Andrei Arlovski. It just takes one fucking punch and it's over. That's a bad man right there. As the Ronin, Carlos Newton taking on Tetsuji Kato. 2 men that somehow did not cross paths. As Tetsuji Kato upsetting Carlos Newton during the welterweight Grand Prix. And then Carlos Newton went on to win the whole goddamn thing as Tetsuji Kato ended up losing before he got to Carlos Newton. But this is going to be a hell of a welterweight fight, as they're somehow both ranked in the middleweights. That's Newton's 5th, Tetsuji Kito's 7th. That's just kind of where we're at, because we have basically lightweight guys in the middleweight division. We have welterweight guys, and yeah, it's just a whole fucking thing. But Carlson's going to be will have a significant weight advantage. That's probably going to help give him the edge. But the Blur Cat stat picks have him 4-3 to Tetsuji Kito. I would probably flip that. It's going to be a hell of a fight, though. Very close to call. As the Prodigy, PJ Penn, taking on Katsuya Inoue as, obviously, a quarterfinal of the Pride FC Lightweight Grand Prix. I mean, PJ Penn, there's not going to be a whole lot of guys that can stop him. He is just on a warpath. He's finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. Inoue trains at the Takata Dojo, which PJ Penn has a record of 1-0 against other current members of that team. Katsuya Inoue has won 4 of his last 5 fights by decision. BJ Penn is the number 1 ranked lightweight in Pride. Katsuya Inoue is 13th. Obviously, the betting odds have BJ Penn as a huge margin favorite, 7-0 on the Blur Cat stat picks. As for the next one, it is the Muscle Shark, Sean Shirk, versus Gleason Taboo, as this is another quarterfinal of the Pride FC Lightweight Grand Prix. Obviously, Taboo trains at Rufus Boy. Sean Shirk has a record of 1-0 against other members of that team. 6-7 in the lightweight division. Taboo is 6, Sean Shirk is 7. Very, very close matchup you see there with the Blur Cat stat picks. Taboo just a slight advantage, 4-3. I would, I wouldn't count out Sean Shirk, though. Obviously, a very dangerous man. I think now in his realm, in his weight division, he can finally start to unleash and pound some motherfuckers out. We shall see, though, as the Fireball Kid, Takanoe Gomi, taking on Eddie Alvarez. Big fight for Eddie Alvarez, as you see there, he is the 14th ranked lightweight in Pride, which Takanoe Gomi is 2nd. As Eddie Alvarez has finished all of his last 5 opponents, and betting odds are going to have Takanoe Gomi as a large margin favorite, 7-0 on the Blur Cat stat picks for Takanoe Gomi, as Tabukin Juden Shinya Aoki taking on Daisuke Nakamura, as Nakamura submitted 4 of his last 5 opponents, as is Shinya Oka. As Shinya Oka is Shinya Oki is the 4th ranked lightweight in Pride. Daisuke Nakamura is 11th. First time they fought, this is going to be the Pride debut of Daisuke Nakamura. 5-2 on the Blur Cat stat picks. I'm surprised it wasn't 7-0, as you see Daisuke Nakamura's record. It's not the greatest, 6-3, but Shinya Oki, 5-1. He lost his Pride debut to Gleason Taboo during the start of the Grand Prix, but that was also a split decision too. I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a fight for him. It's Alexander Emelianenko taking on Gabriel Gonzaga. I about said something completely different. I don't know what threw me off there. As Gabriel Gonzaga and Alexander Emelianenko. Let's hope Alexander Emelianenko will not face the fate that Mirko Cro Cop did, or they fought Gabriel Gonzaga, as he has submitted 3 of his last 5 opponents, has Alexander. As this first time they fought, Alexander is going to have the 5-inch reach advantage. They're both making their Pride debuts, as Alexander Emelianenko has the Blur Cat stat pick, 6-1 with Chris W., the lone backer of Gabriel Gonzaga. Has the ruthless Robbie Lawler taking on Chad Saunders, both making their Pride debuts. Fucking love Robbie Lawler, just an awesome fucking fighter. As he has won all of his last fights by knockout. Chad Saunders has won all of his last fights by decision, as they're 13th and 15th in the welterweight division in Pride FC. The first time they fought, ruthless Robbie Lawler is going to have the reach advantage, as Blur Cat stat picks have Robbie Lawler 3-4, as Chad Saunders, just, a slight edge. It could go either way, though. At this point, they're still very young in their careers. See Robbie Lawler's record at 7-3. 23 years old, and he's got 10 fights. That's a lot of local fights. UFC signed him right out of the gate, and I was just like, you know what, that's fine. If they want to ruin Robbie Lawler, they can ruin him, because that was way too soon. Had to let him get his rep up, and you see there with just all the local shows against local fighters, and then taking on, some, not really, Ross Point 10 is probably the biggest name out of the 3, which is not saying much, but, 7-3 for ruthless Robbie Lawler, and then Chad Saunders 12-4 at 36 years old, though. He's, lost to George St. Pierre, he's lost to Nick Diaz, Mike Quick Swick, so he's lost to a lot of the names that you see here in Pride FC. But there's Akira Kikuchi there. But he hasn't had a lot of great fights. I want to say that's blamed on the pancreas system. But there's also been a poor and a very poor in the UFC. So we're just got to see if Chad Saunders is just walking death. It's a prelim fight, though, so it's not the worst thing that can happen. But I think Robbie Lawler can knock him the fuck out. Very, very close, though. Plus 100, minus 110. A.K.A. American Kickboxing Academy as American top team. Mixed martial artist is Robbie Lawler, wrestling for Chad Saunders. It's Orlando, Florida. Granite City, Illinois. Pro record at 7-3, 12-4. Both weighed in at 183. Robbie Lawler is 5'11", and he's got the 5-inch reach advantage. That's fucking crazy. As he only has the 1-inch reach advantage, or 1-inch height advantage on him, rather. As our referee John McCarthy, our judges. Bell rings, they touch gloves. Saunders wants to grapple, but he's clearly wary of his opponent striking. As there's a left jab from ruthless Robbie Lawler, and he catches Saunders with a right hook to the body. There's a 1-2, but Saunders was equal to it. Seizing that opportunity, Saunders clinches. Trying to take him down on the ground. He does so, and he's got side control of it. He's looking for Kimura, and that is it. Goddamn, Robbie Lawler gets tapped down. Very short work. Chad Saunders making a quick win there. 130 129 if you want to be an asshole about it, as it's rated good. Chad Saunders, great debut, 13-4. Poor Robbie Lawler, 7-4. This giving thanks, Chad Saunders raises his team American Kickboxing Academy. He's very responsive to fans who came out to support him. He's very happy to have won on his Pride debut, and he's very happy to be here. As for the next prelim, 4-2 for Alexander Emelianenko, 3-1 for Gabriel Gonzaga. As a no team for Gabriel Gonzaga, Red Devil Sport, obviously, for Alexander Emelianenko, Sambo Boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now the close one on the betting lines, minus 180, plus 140. I like that the undercards are pretty even. We'll see if it's going to be an even fight, as, Alexander Emelianenko is the bigger and the heavier. But we'll see if Gabriel Gonzaga can cut the difference with just flat-out skill. As the referee for this bout, Big John McCarthy again. We are underway, as Emelianenko can't hit the slip left jab, but he hits Gonzaga with a straight right. They come together and strike. There's a left hook to the side of the body. There's a right cross from Gonzaga. There's a takedown attempt now. As he can't get past the sprawls, he's pushed down those hands and knees by Emelianenko. There's a short knee strike to the head. There's another knee, this time to the side of the head. There's a sharp kick to the body. Alexander Emelianenko is fucking this man up. So now Gonzaga just rolls on his back. As Emelianenko's going to come in and try to secure ground position. As Gonzaga catches him in the guard, though. Now he's looking to get past that guard. But it just results in scrambles. Gonzaga's trying to get back up. As now he scrambles to his feet and he grabs him from behind. As now he's looking to take him back down to the ground, this time in control of the takedown. But Emelianenko digs in and defends it well. As Gonzaga stops Emelianenko from breaking free of the control. As now, again, Gonzaga's trying to drag him down the ground. He does. Great job by Gabriel Gonzaga. As now he just winds up going chest first in the mat, making it a simple task for Gonzaga to simply hold on and take his back. As there's a body triangle now. Looking for the rear naked choke. He gets the rear naked choke. Gabriel Gonzaga with the, just submission city so far as this Pride FC Critical Countdown show. It's another submission win, this time for Gabriel Gonzaga. So that was a really great fight. Yeah, that was actually a really good fight. Wanted to see more of that, but that's just the way she goes. Gabriel Gonzaga 4-1, big win, 4-3 for Alexander Emelianenko. He's not gonna go anywhere. He could go 4-10, and he'll still be here if Fedor's here, just to keep Fedor happy. I'll do it. Call me a man who is shallow man, but that is what I'm at. As Gabriel Gonzaga thanks his sponsors, all his fans, Gabriel Gonzaga gives they show respect to his opponent as well. Now on to the main card, Shinyoki taking on Daisuke Nakamura as 5-1, 6-3. Obviously, we talked about the records before. Again, very small margin on the betting lines, minus 110, plus 100. That's going to change once the actual Grand Prix starts. But two young men, part of this, lightweight division. You're talking about some guys, submission wrestling, catch wrestling, very much the same cloth, both from Tokyo, Japan. This is perfect for what we want this opener, Critical Countdown, to be. As Hideki Nagumo's the referee, our judges, both fighters get a good reaction during their entrances. You have two hometown fighters squaring it off for this bout. There we go. They touch gloves. Ioki shoots it with a takedown, as it's partially defended as Nakamura's left hopping on one foot, while Ioki has a hold of the other one. Now driving up against the ropes. He's looking for a suplex. Now he gets the belly suplex. God damn, as Nakamura has to pull guard. Then he's trying to pass that guard. Nakamura, though, confidently, but Jesus Christ, blocks the attempt and keeps Aoki in the guard. Now he's looking for an arm. He cannot secure that arm. As Aoki's trying to pass the guard, as again he blocks it. Nakamura doing a great job from the bottom, just blocking everything he can. Now he pulls him in short and pepper him with short strikes, but he can't do it though. He's looking for it though, as Aoki tries to pound on Nakamura, but again none of the blows with any degree of power. As he blocks them, or as he tries to get up enough separation for the scramble. Both men are just tick for tack right now. Shinya Aoki attempts to pass the guard again. He can't fend off the effort and only can stop Aoki at half guard this time. As Nakamura is finally letting up, but it's just little by little. And now he's trying to get in a better position, trying to get the side control, but doesn't have enough time to secure this position as before Nakamura starts to scramble, as that allows Aoki to take his opponent's back, though. Now he's got both triangles. And are we going to see another rear naked choke? We will! Quick work for this fucking show. 3 submissions, 2 rear naked chokes back to back as Shinya Aoki with a big win there over Daisuke Nakamura. Daisuke Nakamura 6-4, Shinya Aoki 6-1. Great little record he's carved out for him already as Shinya Aoki. Thanks everyone connected to Abani Combat Club for having him for this fight and the sponsors supporting him financially. Shinya Aoki gives a show of respect to his opponent as well. It's now on to the actual Grand Prix of this thing. Takanori Gomi 13-7. It's a terrible record, but you gotta respect Takanori Gomi, the Fireball Kid. As, here's the betting lines where they're starting to get out of order. Minus 680, plus 150. It would be hilarious, as we just kind of look at the, he's lost to Dean Thomas, Sean Shirk, Jens Pulver. He's also beaten Sean Shirk, though, too. He just beat Spencer Fisher. Great little fight. I think he can do no wrong talking to Gomi, but it'd be funny if after all these great fights, we now get into the actual Grand Prix, what this show's kind of marketed around, it turns into a shit show because it's so not one side. But I think Eddie Alvarez, even though he's the underdog, he's going to give a hell of an effort. Both men, basically the same thing, whereas Takanori Gomi is more of a wrestler, boxer, and then Eddie Alvarez, the boxer, wrestler. Takada Dojo for Takanori Gomi. No team for Eddie Alvarez. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Tokyo, Japan. 5'8", 161, 5'9", 161. Both men in their 20s. This could be a barn burner, though. I know, it could be obviously a one-sided bout from Takanori Gomi, but I think Eddie Alvarez, he's got the talent, and he's at least just crazy enough to swing with him and just try to get something going. Big John McCarthy's the referee. Our judges ringside. As unsurprisingly, Takanori Gomi gets a loud ovation from the crowd as he makes his entrance underway. They meet in the center. Gomi hits is left wide open after the missed left hook and gets hit counter with a jab and a right cross. That's a great counter from Eddie Alvarez right out of the gate. They come together and strike. Gomi slips past the right hook and counters the right hook to the ribs. They stand toe-to-toe into the strikes, but the flurry ends without any really damaging shots. As there's a burst of strikes, but neither fighter can land a blow. Takanori Gomi gets a left hand blocked. Eddie Alvarez doesn't connect with the left jab, and he doesn't connect with the low kick. This is looking bad, as he's looking a bit tense. Takanori Gomi is moving around the ring, stand and trade, but all the shots are either off target or safely dealt with. They meet in the center. Brief exchange of strikes happens without either fighter landing anything. This has been a shit show already. Doesn't find the mark on the left hook. He misses the left jab, Jose Alvarez, and he doesn't find the mark on the right hook. Can someone land something? As he misses the big right hand, allowing Takanori Gomi to counter with the left hook. Finally, a shot has landed as Takanori Gomi has seemed to be on point with these counters, and again, he misses the right cross as Eddie Alvarez leaving him wide open for the counter. There's a right hand to the body, as there's 2 left hands on the counter from Eddie Alvarez. Takanori Gomi hits a right jab, and then it lands on the left hand. It's a forcing exchange of strikes, stepping in the pocket now. There's a fails to land anything of the strikes, and a combo landing with a slithering low kick. Shoulders taunt now. The Alvarez studies his opponent, looking for an opportunity. Both fighters again stepping in to strike. He misses the big right hand, putting him off balance, allowing Takanori Gomi to attack with a right roundhouse kick to the ribs now. So there's some kicks to the ribs now. 2 fighters engage. Again, he slips past the hook, counters with a jab and a left hook that is ducked. Both fighters step in to strike. As Alvarez is off target with a left jab, but he hits the kick to the lead leg. There's a 1-2 from Takanori Gomi. It looks like there's a cut above the eye at Eddie Alvarez. Halfway point in the first round now. Can this be the first fight out of the first round? There's still a lot of time left, though, as Alvarez misses the left hand in the exchange. as he lands a jab and then catches Alvarez with a crunching left hook. And it's again, he leaves him wide open to be countered with a jab and a left cross. Takanomi Gomi starting to breathe a little heavier, which is crazy that he's already almost out of breath. I know it's been a crazy 6 minutes, but it hasn't been that crazy. As they come together and strike, but neither fighter does any damage. Step in to strike. Again, Takanomi Gomi misses the left hook and leaves himself wide open for the right cross. As just Takanomi Gomi just now pressuring Eddie Alvarez, steps into the pocket. Nice jab, and then he lands the big left hand. As again, the strike exchange lands. It starts, but Eddie Alvarez kicks it off with a jab in the exchange. So he connects with a nice jab, and hits a nice straight left hand that lands hard. Keeps walking him down as Alvarez misses the left hand in the exchange. There's a 1-2, but Alvarez avoids both of them. Exchange of strikes sees both fighters failing anything significant. As the clock is stopped, as now the ref wants to check out on the cut. As it's not a fight ender, it's only a minor. Big John McCarthy brings him back in the center. They're underway, they come together and strike. As Takanomi Gomi slips past the right hook, counters with the right to the body. Quick exchange strikes doesn't lead to anything. Final minute left in the round, they come together and strike. Doesn't connect with the jab, but he hits the right hand. There's a 1-2 from Takanomi Gomi. Again, reopens that eye. Reopens the cut above the eye, rather. As Eddie Alvarez is slowing just a little as he starts to get into the gas tank a bit to engage in the center. Both fighters throw, but neither can land anything. Takanomi Gomi throws a leg kick, but it gets checked. Alvarez is off target with a left jab and also has a right hook blocked. They come together and strike, but neither fighter does any damage. Exchange of strikes happens as it comes and goes, so that really either fighter landing anything significant. That's the end of the first round. Obviously, I think as far as damage goes, Takanomi Gomi won that. See the strikes landed, Takanomi Gomi won that. Pretty clear. Takanomi Gomi won the round, but it's not over. If Eddie Alvarez has a dominant, and I mean dominant, second round, he could steal this one with either split decision or unanimous decision. It ain't over yet. We shall see as the cut man trying to work between rounds to try to patch up Eddie Alvarez. Final round, they come together and strike. Takanomi Gomi slips past the right hook and allows and counters with a pair of right jabs that are followed by a left cross that just misses. They engage. Alvarez hits the left hand, scores with the jab, has the left hand taken on the gloves. As he's trying to push himself down in this corner spot by urging him on a little louder. They exchange a few strikes, nothing significant lands. Gomi clinches up, he's looking shattered. He's trying to push Alvarez so his back is against the ropes. He does so now he's stuck, and now he's got him stuck. He's looking very, very tired now. Takanomi Gomi might not be able to finish this fight off of just pure exhaustion. That might cost him. There's a knee to the thigh area. As now he's got a hard foot stomp. There's another knee to the thigh, but Eddie Alvarez takes the opportunity to turn his opponent around so that now Gomi ends up on his back. Now he's looking for the takedown. Takanomi Gomi defends it well. Again, he's going for that takedown, and again, Takanomi Gomi not only stops the takedown, but gets his way into a dominant position. There's another hard foot stomp. Another hard foot stomp. He's trying to throw a knee to the thigh, but Eddie Alvarez prevents it. As Gomi catches Alvarez with a knee strike to the thigh. As just again, Eddie Alvarez just trying to survive, but I think it's already over. At this point, he's going to have to knock him out. There's just more smothering shots from off the ropes with knees there. Minute left. There's another knee to the inside of the thigh. As he waits for Takanomi Gomi does Eddie Alvarez to throw a knee strike, then using that wrestling to turn his back. So now that Gomi's on the ropes. And just like that, no progress being made. Big John McCarthy breaks him up, brings him back in the center. Takanomi Gomi throws a punch, but Alvarez avoids it. And that is your round, and that is your fight, and your winner, Takanomi Gomi, by unanimous decision. Eddie Alvarez, he gave it his all. He didn't get knocked out or anything, but goddamn. Just goddamn. He just would not go down. 5-1 for Eddie Alvarez, 14-7 for Takanomi Gomi. As he thanks everyone connected to the Kata Dojo for helping prepare for the fight, and then his sponsor supporting him financially. He asked who he wants to fight next. He said he'll fight whoever they put in front of him, but he thinks BJ Penn would be a particularly good contest. Yes, it would. He's the number one lightweight guy. You're the number 2 one. It makes fucking sense. As for this fight, the Muscle Shark, Sean Shirk taking on Gleason Debut, 13-2, 13-5-1. Very similar records. Just the Muscle Shark, Sean Shirk, has a solid 10 years on him. As just Roof Sport, Minnesota Martial Arts Academy, Wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This will be a grappling contest for sure. 5'6", 5'9", both weighed in at 161, hopefully. As minus 180 for Sean Shirk, plus 140 for Taboo. As Big John McCarthy staying out there as our referee, judges underway now. They come together in the clinch. Taboo aggressively gets the dominant position and clinch. There's a nice knee strike from the grapple, catches Shirk on the side of the stomach. Again, he's just trying to muscle him against the ropes. He does so, he's pinned him now. Looking for the takedown, manages to secure a leg, leaving Shirk hopping on one foot. He drags him down to the floor. He's caught in half guard. There's a few strikes there without venom. He throws a few right hands. It takes a moment to plan ahead. He's trying to move from half guard to full guard, but Taboo again doesn't allow it. Taboo fires away with punches, but Shirk does not take any undue damage. Blocks Shirk as he tries to transition. As Taboo throws a few right hands, mainly just trying to catch his breath. There's another few weak-looking punches as he decides on the next move. In half guard, Taboo catches his breath. Can then just throw a couple punches to the body. Shirk tries to transition to full guard, but can't manage it as there's a lack of progress, forces the referee to stand the fighters back up. They come together and start wrestling in the over-under clinch position. Taboo manages to aggressively get a good position in the clinch. Taboo tries to lock his legs around the waist of Shirk, wanting to pull him down. As it, again, Tim doesn't work as it's blocked, and now he's got control. As a result, the Sean Shirk is now he's looking to take the fight down to the ground, and that's unsuccessful. Another block. As he's trying to muscle him up now, he does so. Looking to go down low, wrap his arms around his opponent's leg, looking to take him down again. Gets blocked. This is tick for fucking tack. As he's still stuck against the ropes, so Sean Shirk again looking for it, and again it gets blocked. As Shirk now, he's wrestling back up against Taboo, turning him around, so now his back is up against the ropes. There's a reversal, as again, Sean Shirk's up against the ropes. They're looking for the trip takedown. He can't get the trip takedown. As just, man, the grappling of these two men, back and forth, back and forth. This next 60 seconds sees them doing very little than throwing the occasional short punch to the body. As Shirk tries to maintain control, but Taboo wrestles his way out of trouble and turns it so that Sean Shirk ends up with his back up against the ropes. Now he's got him pinned. Short punches to the body for about a minute. Big John McCarthy breaks him up, starts him back in the center. They clinch. Taboo seems to be the aggressor. He's trying to wrestle him up against the ropes. He's got him pinned now. Again, looking for that fucking takedown. And again, Sean Shirk maintaining the great solid base. And again, he blocks it. I can't wait to see the fight metrics for these takedowns. As he's stuck with his back up against the ropes, he's pretty much trapped there thanks to the control that Sean Shirk is exerting. The rest of the round just sees him simply engaging in grueling close-up battle of short strikes. So yeah, 1-6 for Gleason Taboo. No takedowns for Sean Shirk. What's kind of fucked up is I think you have to kind of give a slight edge to Gleason Taboo because he has the strikes, but he also, just keeps on trying takedowns. He keeps on trying to do something where Sean Shirk's just kind of, sure, he's defending him and he's blocking him very, very well. He's, 1 for 6, for God's sakes, but it might not be enough. Sean Shirk is going to have a deadly, deadly second round for him to win this fight. That's the bell. Final round begins. Both fighters seem to have the same idea and come together in a clinch. Taboo aggressively gets a dominant position as Taboo is trying to push Sean Shirk so his back up against the ropes. So he does so and he's got him pinned. Shirk is pressed up against the ropes so he simply cannot break that control that Taboo has over him. As again, they remain there for about a minute, just hitting each other with short punches. Looking for the takedown. He doesn't get it. Again, Sean Shirk blocks it. Now he's turned against the ropes. He's got him pinned. They stay, close quarters, dirty boxing for the next minute. Now they're just a minute of punches. Big John McCarthy breaks him up. Now Sean Shirk starting to breathe a little heavier. Still moving well. He's definitely, both men were basically breathing a little deeper as they get him together and clinch. Taboo wrestles his way into a dominant position. Russell against the ropes. He doesn't let himself be driven back though. Does Sean Shirk against a dominant position in the grapple instead. Now he's the one trying to push him. And again, he can't do it. Both men just getting out wrestled at the end, and that is your second round. My oh my. It was a 1-punch difference and a stop of the takedown. This is going to be a tough one to fucking call. Someone's going to go home very, very unhappy here. What a close one. That's almost too close to call. Honestly, I wouldn't mind a draw, which is going to be fucking crazy for this Grand Prix. There's a 1 for Sean Shirk, 1 for Taboo, and 1 for Taboo. We get the slight edge for Taboo. I think it was that first round, just the way he just kept on doing takedowns. Yeah, that was, oof. That was a new fight right there. They were very, very similar. They just wanted for the same things, and Sean Shirk was doing a great job blocking them. That was nuts. If they ever, I don't want them to fight again, obviously, but if they ever did, hopefully it's a little bit more, maybe not that so, just blocking everything they do, but Gleason Taboo gives a name check to everyone at Roof Sport, all of his various sponsors, and all of his friends, famous supporters. Gleason Taboo says it was a tough fight and gives a show of respect to Sean Shirk. As the last Grand Prix fight the prodigy PJ Penn taking on Katsuya Inoue. 10-0, 7-0. Someone's going to lose this fucking fight. As 26 years old, 25 years old, both 161, both 5'9". Takada Dojo, the pit. Look at that fucking betting line. Minus 1,200. It's safe to say that BJ Penn's going to win this one. If not, Vegas is going to shit a brick. There's Mario Yamasaki's the referee, judges. Inoue gets a good reaction from the fans. He enters the arena. He's fighting from a whole crowd tonight. Here we go. They come forward on the attack. This BJ Penn. There's a counter jab from Inoue. As Penn lands the left hand, lands the nice straight right hand that lands hard. He lands a left jab. It avoids the big right punch. As again, he fails to land any strikes in the combo with an attempted head kick to BJ Penn. Seizing that chance, he grabs BJ Penn into a clinch as Katsuya Inoue. They're trying to push him up against the ropes, but that ain't happening. BJ Penn will not be out-wrestled here today. Now he's looking to lock him into a Muay Thai clinch. He has got the Muay Thai clinch. There's a knee to the ribs, but didn't have a lot of power behind it, as he's trying to get another knee strike, but he doesn't connect it, but Katsuya Inoue isn't able to break free of the clinch. There's a vicious knee to the ribs. He blocks the knee strike, but he can't get free of it, as there's another knee to the chest, but didn't have much power, as it was a bad angle. As Inoue wrestles free of the Muay Thai clinch after blocking the knee strike, as he can't connect with the step strikes, there's a nice straight right hand. He's shortening the rage now, as they can't connect with a jab, and there's a roundhouse. There's a right hook to the body. I don't know why I thought it was a roundhouse. There's a jab. It's home from BJ Penn. Catches Katsuya Inoue with a crunching right hook. And that last hit did some damage. Now he's trying to cover up, but he's clearly hurt. He slumps up against the ropes, looking dazed and fucking confused there. As Inoue somehow dodges a vicious overhand right. That was a fight ender for sure if that landed. He's apparently cleared of set. Inoue is able to circle away from the ropes and return to the center halfway point in the first round. As they stand and trade in the center of the ring, but neither fighter gives or takes any real damage. There's a left hand, but Inoue avoids the big right. He's still moving well as BJ Penn. He's definitely breathing a little deeper now as BJ Penn confidently comes in. It looked like he was angling for the grapple, but he couldn't take the initiative. There's a left hand, avoids the big right punch. Lands a left jab, but he misses when he attempts to go to the body afterwards. There's a jab, and he lands a low kick to the legs. He can't connect with the jab, and he hits a nice right hook to the ribs. Fighters go toe-to-toe with strikes, but the flurry ends without any really damaging shots landing. There's a quick punch, but doesn't hit it. Inoue seizes the chance and grabs BJ Penn into the clinch. He can't keep control of Penn in the grapple, and is soon being pushed around. Inoue tries to wiggle free, instead of wrestle free, but BJ Penn shows him well, so he's getting a few close-range punches in, too. As he's trying to push him up against the ropes, he does so now. He's got him pinned up against the ropes. A minute left now. As he's controlled against the ropes, there's a sharp right to the ear. That is fucking tough right there. There's a nice short uppercut. Knee strike to the thighs. A vicious foot stomp. BJ Penn is ragged, but he has fucked this man up for a whole last 10 minutes. Katsuya Inoue, fair fox to you, bud. You survived it. You lived to fight another round. You're not going to win, but you're going to at least do something. I think you're not going to get knocked out. We'll see. As there's several red marks around his ribs. He's taking some heavy shots to the ribs. He's been fucked up in the face. He's just been fucked up for a whole last 10-minute fight. Still got 5 more in this second round. See what happens as they come close range, but nothing really happens. As there's raises a hand and motions to the fans to make some noise for him as BJ Penn step in to strike. As he lands a left jab, but doesn't get a leg kick. And he hits a left cross. That's actually a really good shot. Moves in closer, looking to open up. Again, he may have been aiming to get in close to Katsuya Inoue, but BJ Penn just the more aggressive one. There's a left hand, there's a right hand. 1-2 combo, but Inoue avoids both of them. And now he's grabbing him into a clinch, looking to try to wrestle him up against the ropes he can. And as BJ Penn fought it, BJ Penn uses some dirty boxing and gets in a few crisp punches as Inoue then grapples. BJ Penn's trying to muscle him up against the ropes. Doesn't let himself be driven back, though, as he gains down position. The grapple halfway point. Can't keep control of BJ Penn, and now he's being pushed around. As BJ Penn's just trying to push him up against the ropes, he does so. And now he's on the verge of exhaustion. There's some dirty boxing. Now he takes a knee strike to the inside of his own knee. Some more dirty boxing. 60 seconds left. Some more dirty boxing as they looking for a knee strike to the rib, or to the thigh rather, but he takes that opportunity to switch it around so that now he's in control. Looking to take him down, doesn't happen. Looking for the takedown again. He gets it. Wow, he got a takedown with 15 seconds left in the fight. That's tough. That is the end of that one. As your winner, unanimous decision, BJ Penn, fair fucks to Katsuya Inoue for being a man that is minus 1,200. That was close. That was like a minus 400, or 300. That wasn't no minus 1,200 fight. So yeah, BJ Penn unanimous decision win. And it's rated decent too. As BJ Penn thanks everyone connected to the pit, helping her for this fight, and the sponsors for supporting him financially. Smugly, BJ Penn boasts about how he's pretty much unbeatable and that he plans to retire undefeated. There's no doubt that BJ Penn benefits from being interviewed, and he knows the value of building a name as Carlos Newton. Tetsuji Kato, the Ronin Carlos Newton. The co-main event is up next. 15-8-1, 23-6 for Tetsuji Kato. 5'7", 170, 5'9", 183. As you see with Tetsuji Kato, he's beaten some big names. Matt Hughes, John Fitch, Pat Miletich, Luis Santos. Just to name Yuki Sasaki way the fuck down there. That's just a fun one to name off. But he's had a hell of a run so far in Pride. The Ronin Carlos Newton, he's been here since the beginning, of course. As he went on a hell of a streak there in 04. Basically from before the Grand Prix and then throughout that Grand Prix, obviously. And he just lost to Matt Hughes at Shockwave in December. Now he's here to take on Tetsuji Kato. Just a match that's kind of made for each other. So I can't wait to see it, though, as Team Tompkins, Parista, minus 140, plus 110. The betting lines for these cards have been just fantastic. So you see it there. So the referee is Mario Yamasaki. The judges, as the size difference is clear for all to see, Newton looks a good 25 pounds heavier than his opponent. That's a huge advantage. As Tetsuji Kato, being in front of his own crowd, gets a loud cheer as he enters. As we're underway, shoots him for the takedown. Brilliant sprawl. Puts him on those hands and knees. There's several big shots. There's some more clean shots. There's a kick to the body on the turtle up Tetsuji Kato. Now he rolls up on his back. As Kaito catches him in guard. Perhaps aware of the submission, Newton keeps extremely tight to Tetsuji Kato, peppering him short shot. Yeah, don't want to get caught with an arm bar underneath, like fucking Matt Hughes. As he's trying to catch a punch from Newton, but it's not on target. Newton throws several small strikes at Tetsuji Kato, always keeping close body-to-body contact, so there's no space to work with. Trying to sweep him from the bottom, but Carlos Newton is not budging. As he throws a few strikes, clearly just slowing things down as he can think. There's some more punches that aren't with any great force. He doesn't allow Tetsuji Kato to lock him up in double underhooks. Throws a few strikes, clearly just taking a moment to, think some more. It's now not allowing any... he's doing a great job. Carlos Newton, so far, fantastic game plan. As he just keeps on in control, but not for long. So now Tetsuji Kato's got the double underhooks in and pulls him in close. He's controlling him. There's some punches easily taken on the glove. So looking for the arm. But Carlos Newton blocks it. Stands him back up to Mario Yamasaki as fucking Tetsuji Kato is ultra dangerous on his back. Come together and clinch. Tetsuji Kato is the aggressor who tries to wrestle Newton backwards up against the ropes now, and does so now. Newton is stuck with his back to the ropes. Tries to take Newton down, as there is the takedown is complete. There's side control. Looking for the Kimura. So yeah, Newton stops it. As Kato blocks the attempted pull guard, that was unprofessional as hell. I could not help it. It's 3:20 in the morning as Tetsuji Kato attempts to arm triangle Carlos Newton from side control. Again, Carlos Newton blocks it. He's trying to move the guard, but Tetsuji Kato doesn't allow him. He's trying to move the mount. As he almost gets it, but Carlos Newton was ready for it, and the scramble begins. As the scramble leaves Newton under the north-south control of Tetsuji Kato. Tetsuji Kato elbows away at the ribs. Don't do much damage. Again, he's just trying to scramble from underneath, but Tetsuji Kato is holding him firmly in place. About a minute left now as they're moving side control, one fluid motion to Tetsuji Kato. There's some small strikes, again, just trying to catch his breath. Trying to move to guard. Tries to pound away, but none of the blows land with any degree of power. So again, he's trying to pull guard, but anything happened, and that's the end of the round. Man, Carlos Newton just right out of the gate, I think, won that round, just from how dominant he was in those early goings. Because really, Tetsuji Kato, it wasn't until the final, minute and a half, is when he started actually doing shit. On the offensive side, he was trying a lot of submissions, God bless him, as he was 0 for 3, but none of the arm bars or Kimuras were just getting locked in. As you can't get out to Tetsuji Kato, though. When he's on his back like that, he's a dangerous, dangerous man. As he sees his opponent about to shoot in, Newton timed it well, moved in to start the clinch. As, oh god, fast forwarded too fast. There he goes. Newton looks to sweep a leg in order to execute a sharp trip. He does. He gets the inside leg trip and sees Kaito thrown to the mat. His left and half guard. As the pass attempt results in scrambles. Tetsuji Kaito already trying to get back to his feet. But Carlos Newton ends up in guard. There's some minor strikes. He's trying to pull him in closer. Just a pepper on short strikes, but he can't do it. A couple of punches designed, just to condense a couple punches to the body, rather. So he deflects a couple punches from the bottom. This Carlos Newton is, again, just keeping it close contact and throwing those short strikes. As just smothering him now is Tetsuji Kaito. That's not really the most brilliant strategy, I would say, for Tetsuji Kaito. He's trying to sweep him and he can't do it. Again, just keeping him close body-to-body contact. He's looking for an arm from the bottom. He got it! He fucking got it! Arm bar. He pulls the arm straight. Newton has to tap out. 51 seconds left in the fight. Oh, Tetsuji Kaito. What a fucking performance. 24-6. 15-9-1 for the Ronin Carlos Newton. Tetsuji Kaito. Don't count out Tetsuji Kaito. The only man he's lost to in this welterweight division is fucking Dennis Hallman, the Superman himself. Fuck. Awesome. Awesome. Does he get the rematch? Do we have Tetsuji Kaito, Matt Hughes in the rematch? Maybe so. I was so excited I just completely skipped through his promo. That was fucking crazy. 51 seconds left. Gets him with an armbar. Perfect stuff. As Andre Arlovski, Antonio Minotauro, Rodrigo Nogueira. It is main event time now. The Pitbull is taking on Big Nog in the Pride heavyweight title fight in this main event at Chicago, Illinois. Vitória de Conquista, Brazil, as I fucked that all up, I got a feeling, but gave it a shot. As pro record 12-4, 18-2 for Big Nog, Sambo boxing, Jiu-Jitsu boxing, so almost the same thing. Militant fighting system, Hoos Valley Tudo. I think if there's a man that can give Big Nog some trouble, I mean, if it wasn't going to be Fedor, I think Andre Arlovski is going to be the man for the job. We shall see. Pride heavyweight titles on the line. Big John McCarthy is our referee, our judges. They're underway. As Arlovski ignoring the offer to touch gloves, they come forward and engage. He misses the right cross that leaves him over the counter. There's a jab and a right hook that is just avoided in the last second from Arlovski. As Nogueira fools Arlovski with a feint, as he slips past the right hook attempt and attacks with a jab and a left to the body. Both fighters step in to strike. There's a left hook from Arlovski. There's a jab and also a leg kick. They engage. As Nogueira slips past the right hook attempt and attacks with a kick to the lead leg. Both fighters step in now. Arlovski misses the right hook and leaves himself wide open to be countered with a nice high right counterless kick, and he is on rubbery legs. All of a sudden, that last shot must have rattled him. Looking to get in the Muay Thai clinch now. He's got it as he could not fight out of it. As there is a fucking knee to the side of the face, and he is knocked out cold. Big fucking Nog. Can he be stopped? I don't think so. We're going to have to, I mean, I already have plans of doing a heavyweight Grand Prix to see who would take on Big Nog next, but it looks like that's going to have to be a real thing. I can't believe it. Andre Arlovski gets knocked the fuck out by Big Nog. 19-2, 12-5 for Andre Arlovski. Tough fight for him. Hell, I mean, just he keeps the wins going. Thanks everyone connected to Hoos Valley Tudo, having prayer for the fight, and as sponsors for supporting him financially. Celebrates his Pride Day heavyweight title defense and poses for photographers with the belt around his waist. What a fucking guard. Critical rating of 70. I'll gladly take that if it wasn't for the goddamn Gleason Taboo Sean Shirk fight. This would have been a great fucking guard. Just, I mean, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. That main and co-main, exciting to say the fucking least. Tetsuji Kaito basically submits his shot at the rematch against Matt Hughes. Just great stuff. Great fucking stuff there. As, Matt Hughes didn't get to avenge that loss either. I mean, it's just perfect. It's just fucking perfect. Hopefully that can happen. I'm hoping for a shockwave, but we'll see. We might have to do that a little quicker just to fill up the shows and whatnot. So that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. As what a show that was. I was very, this lightweight division, I've been nervous as hell. But that card really, cemented it home that these guys, a lot of them are fucking very talented fighters. And you can combine that with the heavyweight division that's already over and the welterweight division that's becoming more and more. Tetsuji Kato's done some crazy shit from the bottom with those arm bars. Just fun fucking stuff. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Couldn't be more proud of the card. Thank you all for watching, as we will catch you guys for the American Bushido 8 card. Take care, everyone.